climb the mountain is what I call them, because we make a line like you're climbing the mountain. So all of these start with the same shape. Some of them use the whole line, some of them use half the line. But the B looks like this. So you go all the way up. That's your first stroke. You do not lift up your pencil like I just did. I just want you to be able to see it. And then you come back down to the bottom. And then you do a loop-de-loop. And then you do that. Looks kind of weird, but that's a B. So I'll do it again. We do up, climb the mountain, down, go to the dotted line, and then a curly Q.
Mine looks like a G.
Yeah, make it go all the way up. It takes some practice. And then ju. It definitely doesn't look like this. Right? So you wait till you see Z. There's a few of them you're not going to believe that they're the actual letter. I'll show you. It's actually a climb the mountain, but it's a climb the mountain uppercase, which we haven't done. This is a Z, and this is a Q. It's just like a fancy 2. So weird. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's very, very weird. Okay. The good news about learning cursive is that you'll then be able to read in cursive. So that's pretty cool. All right. So that is our B. And then our E is a half climb the mountain. And then you come around. So it kind of looks like an E. It's just slanted. And then it has our climb the mountain. So that is, when you're doing your letters, you don't have to start this way, but pretty soon I want you to start slanting them. So when you're doing your A's, it's not straight up and down like this. It's like this. See how mine is slanted?
Oh, yeah.
Everything is slanted. It's not up and down like regular writing. So when you write your name, it would look like this. Instead of you see the difference? This one looks fancy. Okay.
Yeah, I see the difference.
So that is our E, and we can just make a couple of those. Slanted, slanted, slanted. Those ones are super fun to do.
Kind of looks like a C.
It kind of does. You are right. An F looks like this. Now you come all the way down. So it starts with climb the mountain. You go 1 all the way up, down, and then when we slant it, it looks like that. So up, climb the mountain, come down past the line. It's kind of like a butterfly, and then a loop-de-loop. And then an H, we start with climb the mountain. We come down just like we have for a lot of our letters, trace it back up and over. That does look like our H. It's just fancy, right? So that's our hand printed, and this is our cursive. We go climb the mountain, loop-de-loop, come down, trace it back up to the dotted line, and a little curly Q. And then,
I accidentally just drawn an S instead of an H.
yeah, we are going to learn about S, which is a climb the mountain. So, we climb the mountain halfway up, trace it back down, and then make a little curl, and then our dot. We do half climb the mountain, trace it back down, curly Q, and a dot. Half.
Can you redo one? Because you were kind of like when that happened.
Yep. So we do half a climb the mountain, trace it back down, and then you see right here, that's when we stop tracing down, and then we make it into a curly Q and then a dot. So half climb the mountain, trace it back down, curly Q and dot. Half a mountain, curly Q down, and a dot. I like doing eyes. Eyes are fun. I heard Mrs. Casey came to visit you guys and she sang her song she used to sing when my son was there 15 years ago. She was Tyler's principal.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a place for us all, whether big or small. Right? Is that what she sang?
Yeah. Yeah. On Wednesday, people usually sing that, like, Mrs. Norva.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, so our J is almost exactly the same as our I. We start it the same way, half a climb the mountain, come down, but instead of making the loop-de-loop, you come all the way down and you make a loop like that. And then we do a dot. So I'll do it again. Half a climb the mountain, pretend like you're making an I, but come down. Half a climb the mountain. Half a climb the mountain, come down. And then we make our dot.
These are fun.
Yeah, they are. And then as you get older, you kind of make your own variations of it. That's usually what everybody does. So when I do my J, it might not look exactly like this because I've changed it to make it mine. But right now, we have to learn the right exact way to do it. So a K does climb the mountain, come down, like our H, right? And then we come up to the dotted line. We make a kind of half a circle and then make our curly Q. It's kind of weird. It looks like an R, right? That's like a fancy R. So we we climb the mountain, we come down, we trace it up to the dotted line, we make a bubble, and then we curl it. Climb the mountain, trace it back down, go up, make a bubble, and then we make our curly Q. All right, for our L, we do climb the mountain, loop, done. That's an easy one. Climb the mountain,
yeah, very easy.
Loop, done. Climb the mountain, loop, done. You can try connecting them too. That's fun. And they very much look like an E, but all the way up, right? Same thing, but all the way up.
Like an uppercase, lowercase e.
Exactly. Okay, so next one is a climb the mountain. We climb the mountain, we come down like an I, and then we come loop, trace it up, make a bubble, and then down, up. So it's a lot of strokes. We do half a mountain, like we're making an I. We trace it up. We come all the way over, and then make a curly Q. This one takes a lot of practice. A lot of people do it like this. That's not right. So we do half a climb the mountain, trace it down, come up, all the way over, and then we do our loop. That's probably our hardest letter of Climb the Mountains, I think, because it does have quite a few strokes. So make sure you practice that. And this is not right. That we don't want to do. Okay. I used to have the hardest time with R's, but I got really good at them because I practiced, and they're super fun once you get them. So you do climb the mountain, then you come a little bit down, make a slanted line.
Mine looks like a 3.
It does. So we do climb the mountain, a little bit down, whoop. Climb the mountain, a little bit down. Whoop. I don't think you have to make the noise whoop. And a lot of people make them just straight across like that. That is not right. So we have to go half a climb the mountain, come a little bit down, and then we do our loop. All right, we have 3 more climb the mountains. The T is pretty easy. So we act like we're making an I, right? Same thing. It's the same exact stroke, but we go all the way up, and then we...
It's like an L.
Yeah, it's like an L or an I. So here's our L, here's our I, and then our T just is like exactly like an I, and then but it uses the whole line. And then of course we don't dot it, we cross it. So we go climb the mountain, trace it all the way down. We leave a little bit, see right here, like we did with the I, and then we cross it. Climb the mountain all the way down, cross. Climb the mountain all the way down, cross. All right, our W almost looks the same as our regular W, it's just fancy. So we do...
That's like the walnut.
Yeah.
The Walgreens W.
That's right. So we do half a climb the mountain, we trace it back down like we're making an I, and then we come back up, come down, come back up, and then we make our curly Q. Try it again. Climb the mountain, trace it down like we're making an I, come up, trace it back down. It's like a whole bunch of I's together.
Yeah.
And then we make our curl. All right, and then we'll try a couple more. Half a mountain, over, over, And Mrs. Martin is really good at teaching cursive. We used to call it handwriting when I was a kid. That's why I keep calling it handwriting. Okay. And then our S, you got to get
I
good
did
at.
not expect that to be an S.
I know, right? You have to get good at your S's because it's in your name. So we do a climb the mountain, come down, climb the mountain. And you see this little bubble? We keep the bubble. You can do it that way, but the proper way is trying to get that little teeny bubble in there. And you're never going to make it exactly the same. We just shoot for trying to get that little bubble back in. Okay. The last thing I wanted to show you is we're going to start learning how to connect our letters. So you already learned A and C last week. So we're going to do our A shape, the wave, come up, trace it back down, and then instead of stopping, we're going to start another wave, then come back, isn't that cool? It doesn't make any word, but we just have to start learning to connect all of our letters, because remember, all of them connect when the whole word connects. So if you were going to write act, like I will act in the play, you would do your A shape, trace it back like you're making a C. I'm not making a C, I'm making an A. And then I come back up, trace it back. Now to make our T, I come all the way up, climb the mountain, trace it back, and then only when I'm done with the word would I dot my I's and my J's and cross my T's. That is the only time I do it, is when I'm completely done with the whole entire word. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a little tricky, so take your time on it. We're going to try A and D. So we go like we're making a C, trace it back down, connect it up, trace it down. We do our loop, and then we start in on our next wave, trace it back down, go all the way up, trace it down, and make a curlicue. So we learned an L today, so we can put an L in front of it and we can make lad. Like that's like a kind of an old-fashioned way to say boy. So we climb the mountain.
You could also do glad.
Yeah. We come down, we go right into our A. We make our C shape, trace it down, connect it, trace it back down. We go straight into our C shape. We bring it up. And then we come back down. And then we did learn a G, so I'll show you how to do it. So we go up, trace it back down, connect it, act like you're making an A, come back down, loop, go straight into our L, connect to our wave, trace it down, go loop-de-loop, make our next wave, act like we're making a C, go up, It takes lots of practice. That's why I was just doing 2 letters, but I'll just show you. You have the whole year to practice, so you are 100% okay here. Last 2, we're going to make a wave for our C. Trace it back down and then go straight up to our next wave. Trace it back. Come all the way up, trace it down, and then we end. You can also practice making the same letter. So if you wanted to make a whole bunch of A's together, you would do wave, trace it, come down, then just go straight into your next A, trace it, come down, A. You see how it's the same shape over and over?
Yeah, we were practicing that today.
Oh, perfect.
We did a little bit cursive today. We did practice doing a lot of A's.
Awesome. And you can do a whole bunch of C's. So we just do C, C, C. They're kind of fun. And that really does look like a wave. It's like a beach.
Yeah.
Okay, our last one that we're going to do today is the word go. We get to make a word. So we're going to do a wave. Come back around like you're making a C. I'm not making a C. Trace it down. Make your loop. Start your next wave. Trace it back. End it. And then make your curly Q. Any questions, darling?
No, not right now.
Okay. I have my next